You're talking about Mane and Firmino sort of getting the monkey off his back, scoring his goal. Well, Firmino was the guy that was going to be dropped, arguably, so he was given a chance because it didn't work against Manchester City, playing all four. 1-1 at half-time. The second half might as well have not been taken place because nothing happened in that game. So Salah being out, I think, gave Bobby that chance. He's had a few chances. I think one of the headers, Kingy, was actually... what's his name again? No, Evans, I think.
Yeah, against Coach. Yeah.
He was going for I think he's going for a match ball of own goals, if that's possible. But as I say, I mean, from Liverpool, that was the best performance this season so far. I think it was fantastic throughout.
It almost sounds that, I'm not putting words in your mouth yet, or trying not to, that Liverpool looked better without Salah. Is that what you're saying?
Not putting words in it. That's what I'm saying, and I've said this before. And it's not that Mo Salah isn't a great player. It's just that Liverpool seem to look better without him on the field because there's more fluidity. You speak to King. I mean, he's played in the more modern game than I have. I haven't played for a few years now, but when players can pop it around, it causes problems to defend. It opens up opportunities. Players who pick the ball up and run with it. Well, essentially, you just have to stop them. And so often, that's what happens with Salah, even though he scored 8 goals.
Interesting. So what do you do when you get Salah back fit, Andy? What's your take on it?
Yeah, no, that certainly makes sense. It's obviously just so hard to leave out a player who has been the top goal scorer in the Premier League or for your club for probably the last 3 years now. But I know where Jamo's coming from. Sometimes individual brilliance doesn't always have the best effect on the team, and it's a nice problem for Klopp to have. We're saying about the injuries that Liverpool have, and it just shows that they can rotate the players. Like Jamo said, it didn't work against Man City, trying to play all 4 of them. So it'll be interesting if Salah is fit next week, what he does, because those front 3 tonight are undroppable in my opinion. After that performance, I think Mane is consistently the best out of the 3 of them, and he was the one who didn't score tonight, and the other 2 did. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do, and it's a nice problem for the manager to have.
Against City, Klopp opted to play all of them together, surprisingly. But let's just say, hypothetically, Jamo, a Madrid come in for Salah in the summer. He has been linked a few times to move away from England. Would it make sense for Liverpool to sell him if the price is right, based on the performance today and the emergence of Jota, who's a fair few years younger than Salah?
Yeah, I think if the price is right, any player is going to be sold, isn't he? I mean, it depends on what that price is. But I'd say it's a difficult argument because you've got a goal scorer who continually scores goals, and that's what teams want. I think we talk about Man City and the opposition being the last league game. But if you look at Manchester City with Sergio Aguero, it's almost like the dependency then is on that one player. And the shift, I mean, obviously Aguero hasn't played this season as much as they wanted him to, but I think that Manchester City could lose Aguero because it becomes part of the focal point for them when another option would be better. Now, if Salah went to Man City, I don't think that would be good business for Liverpool. If he went to a different league in a different country, then it would make more sense. But I don't think Liverpool are dependent on Salah, and that's a good, as Andy said there, it's a good thing for Jurgen Klopp to have. However, you still need to replace him. And then who do you replace him with? Because Jota or Mane or Firmino, they're not going to be playing in every game. So therefore, again, and with Origi, who's kind of been left by the wayside since his injury a couple of years ago, that has to be said, he's not going to fit that gap right now. Whether he can improve again and sort of become the replacement for Salah, but I don't think he's indispensable, put it that way.
Interesting. If funds are needed, it's an option to perhaps sell him.